DJ's passed out in the yard. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, son. No one next week because I'm at a wedding and it's a 2.5 hour drive and we're leaving on the Saturday, coming back on the Monday. And yes, I will not miss any school because the Monday is, if you haven't realised, next Monday. So the wedding's next week on the 30th. And it's also guys, I'm going to let you in a little secret. I am getting a new phone. And I'm getting it in 2 weeks. I'm so excited. I'm getting my mum's iPhone, so filming will be the exact same. I will still be using that phone. That one will just be for other circumstances. Oh, for God's sake. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the first time I passed out again. It took place in November when I was in... This took place in November when I was in the same year, and I just started food tech and I was in my first cooking lesson and I was making fajitas and I just happened to cut my finger. That's fine, you know, I have no problem with blood. So I washed my finger because I'd been cutting a pepper and all the pepper juice was on the blade. So I went and washed it, grabbed a cloth, like the blue paper towel, and just carried on. Nothing was going to stop me, to be honest. But when so I took it off, put it on the table, and then my teacher walked past and I was trying to hide my finger, like, you know, I'm doing fine, miss, like. And then she looked and there was a paper towel on there and it was covered in blood. So it was a bloody paper towel on the table. So she picked it up, just walked to the bin with it. And I was like, phew, she didn't ask whose it was. So I got carried on and I still have a scar from when I cut it. And it's right on the, you know, you get the little lines in your fingers. Well, it was right in that one, on that finger, right on the edge. Right on the edge. So, and then I started to feel dizzy. So 5-10 minutes after I started to feel dizzy. So I kind of just put my hand on the desk, you know, tried to calm, and then everything stopped. And then I carried on. But then all of a sudden it got 10 times worse, and I went over to the teacher, because it was unbearable. I just thought I needed to sit down for 2 minutes. And these were the exact words I said. Miss, I cut my finger, and now I'm really, really dizzy. And then what do you think happened? Total black. I thought I fell asleep, but it was total black, and something happened in those 2-3 seconds which made it feel like minutes, but something happened, but I can't remember what happened. For some reason I remember what exact words I said to Miss, but I don't remember what happened in those 2-3 seconds. The next thing I knew, I was on the floor, and then so I was on the floor, on my teacher's lap, and this was awkward enough. So I put my hand up, and she took it down. It was a miss, by the way. So, yeah. And apparently I fell very majestically. I might show that at the end of the video if you guys are lucky. So she got one of my classmates to go and grab me a water, and it was in like a tea mug. It was really weird. And then she put a blue plaster, and actually she put blue on because if it was brown you wouldn't have been able to see it in the food if it fell off. But blue, it would have been pretty obvious. So if you cooked the plaster, you would have seen it. But luckily that didn't happen. And everyone I told after that didn't think it was real. They kind of just gave me that look like, yeah, that's 100% real, isn't it? sarcasm. And then when I went home, I told my mum, and she was like, she kind of gave me that look as well, and she was like, well, if you passed out, then why didn't the school phone me? I have no idea why the school didn't phone you. I'm not a teacher at the school. But the rest of the lesson was fine. And I had a blue plaster on my hand. I had passed out, and everything was fine. Yeah, so I've told this story way too many times. But I'm now scared to be in a room alone. Like, I'm actually scared to be in a room alone because anything could happen, basically. And I still don't like being in a room on my own. I prefer laying down. Like, but I've hurt myself many, many times. Like, I've fallen over on my way home. Oh, that's a good one. Maybe. That's another good story time. The time my leg went numb. No, it's not good enough one. I have no idea what I'm doing for the next story time, which will be on the... I'm trying to think. Give me a second. Give me a second. Oh, I can't be bothered. On the 6th. That's the next one coming out, the 6th. Because there's no one next week. So, yeah. So, I swear everyone, when they hurt themselves and they pass out, they always tell somebody, and they get that look of, like, oh, yeah, that totally happened. Like, yeah, and yes, I've just got out of the shower. Well, I got out of the shower about half an hour ago. But, an hour ago now, because... Yeah, and I'm sorry if you see a mattress. I should have said that first. Last week we had family over and the mattress is still in my room, so I'm taking it out later. And it's just opened up the floor so much. You have to see my, like, rug. It was all, like, flattened down where that had been. Yeah, so, I'm sorry this one's shorter. I couldn't tell it as good as the first one. Plus, I didn't really want to film it a lot, to be honest. Film it again, like every single word, like it was going to be way too hard. So, and I'm just really annoyed that the angle is probably really weird as well. And the angle was really weird. Like, if this angle was weird, then there's no Storytime Saturday. I'm not joking. I was actually coming up with a reason why there wouldn't be one this week, because I'm sick at the moment, so yeah, I should have mentioned that as well. I try and keep my voice up high because then it makes me sound like a girl, but if I keep my voice too low, I sound like a boy. Because my throat is, I feel like my voice box is filled with mucus. See, even that was weird. Oh, my voice broke a week ago, that was so funny. I was talking to my cousin and I was like, hey Jess! Because my voice, and I swear it just did it again. But she's not here anymore. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was the Storytime Saturday. I'm sorry it's short. You would have seen that there was a new intro and there was a surprise coming up in about 30 seconds for you guys because the video should be finished. Anyway, so if you did enjoy, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and there'll be one coming out on the 6th of April, and then hopefully the week after is just... Last week there was 2 different videos going up, which was supposed to be on the first channel but ended up being in the second channel, so that will be linked down in those 2 videos will be linked down in the description. If you didn't see last week's Storytime Saturday, that will also be linked down in the description, and I've got a lot of linking in the description to do, and I will also leave a link in the description for something that might seem a little bit weird, but I don't even know if it's still on there, to be honest, but I will leave a link in the description to 2 fanfictions that I've written that are on my page, so make sure if you go onto it, of course you have to be 12 and over. It's 12 or 13, it's one of those 2 ages, so I'll leave 2, but you don't need to be signed in or anything, logged in to read them, I don't think. Anyway, so I'll leave those 2 in the description below. They are Big Bang Theory themes, so if you do like the Big Bang Theory, check them out. There is also going to be, hopefully, trying to do a weird kind of intro video but in a different style. So something in a different style of another thing. But that's definitely not working out for me for the moment. So anyway, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. What is the next Storytime Saturday going to be called? What am I even doing? Oh, I've got 2 weeks to plan it.